And we're back on for NRL Rugby League. How you doing, my bro? Big week, unfortunately.
Well,
Unfortunately.
If you've been watching this in Queensland, it's been a great week, right?
All you Queensland fans out there.
Go the Maroons. Nah, we hate you. I'm not joking. I've been watching Origin for 14 years, right? And I've never seen a game where the first 5 minutes, team scores 10 points, then get absolutely dominated for 75 minutes, and the last 5 minutes score 12 points, right? And win the game, burgle it, right? New South Wales did a lot of good stuff, but they just had no killer instinct, right? And a couple of lapses at the start, a couple of lapses at the end. But there's nothing worse when you cheer on your team and you think, we're getting there, right? And then at the end.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously the tries at the start, you know what it reminded me of to a lesser degree, as in I think New South Wales were probably a little bit more exciting going forward, was the FA Cup. City score straight up. Even though City obviously a better team, so yeah, again you'd assume that with the Blues. City score early, United come into it, but it just flat. They just don't have cutting edge. They were going down the left. Adokar had very little of the ball. I've been called Teddy by one or two people, so I can only say thank you, mate. And that's a lie. But being a Roosters fan and being compared to Teddy, looks-wise, is only a compliment. He's one of my favourite players, and he is a stud. But not giving that ball to Adokar. These are the critical plays in a tight game.
There's no guarantee Adokar scores because there was a defender out there. But it's a better option than trying to just bury your head and get it down.
The last 2 metres
from Murray to Alagi, and again, same guys holds up Frizzell.
But the last 2 metres, the defender on the edge marking Adokar comes in to hold it. That's when you give it. Like, draw the defender. Don't take.
You're a big union man, right? And I know you like rugby league as well, but you're a big union man, right? Rugby league is all about just effort, right? There's not a lot of skill involved. It's strong.
It is on the wings.
No, I know, but it's your middles pass out, pass, right, pass. But the effort is the most important thing. If you're a coach in NRL, it's effort. And Billy Slater said that. The way they defended the line was proper Queensland Origin, right? And listen, I have not got many bets right over the Blues and Shoes history, but I'll tell you right now, always bet Queensland in the Origin because they always are underdogs and always win, right? There's no money in betting New South Wales. And you go back to the old debate, and it's hard for me to say as a Scotsman. Right? I live in New South Wales. I love New South Wales. I'm a Scotsman. I didn't grow up here. I didn't play like club football, all that stuff, right? But it does seem clear when everyone says, "Oh, it just means more to the Queenslanders. They play for the shirt more." I believe that. For me, it's quite apparent. And I know Joey Johns and I get upset about it and go, "No, that's not the case." Of course, there's people that don't think that. Of course, there's passionate New South Wales guys that believe that's not true. But to a man, it's always like 13 always show up for Origin. And just what was I going to say now? For me, that's quite clear. And the other thing I was just going to say, sorry, is like, you look at Brad Fittler, he's got his socks off, his shoes off, he's walking in the grass, he's Mr. Hippie, Mr. Calm and Zen. That's not what you need for Origin, I'm sorry. It might be good for club football, keep them all right. You need a psychopath that wants you to run through a brick wall. I say Spud Carroll, someone like that, like a real proper New South Wales legend forward that motivate you, that cares, bleeds blue. Get that guy in as a coach. You don't need to be Pep Guardiola, right? It's a 3-game series. These guys are all professional players. Get in a guy that's going to charge you up to the moon and run and bleed for the jersey. That's what I say.
Yeah. I mean, when I first came over here, they had Blues. They had Laurie Daly. Is that right? No, wrong name.
14 or 15, yeah.
No. Who was the coach when I would have come over here? Who was the coach prior to Fittler?
Well, Laurie Daly was before Fittler. Before that, though.
Is it Laurie Daly? Is that the chap that I'm thinking of?
Canberra.
Just a nice chap, black ball, brown hair. Anyway, we were playing against, and again, this is me picking up against. We were playing against a team with Thurston, Cam Smith. I totally understand, yeah. But the thing, what I recognise is, even in the games we got close, there wasn't the X factor to make it happen, to win some of the games that possibly we wouldn't have won. But in a team like Queensland today, they still win. You look at, I think because the Queensland team was that good, he was kept on as long as he was. This can't immediately, Slater says, if I'm not good enough, I'm out. They clearly hold it at a higher standard. I just feel like Fittler's almost feeling like I've got this job till I want to give it up to a scenario, or it's a 3-game exhibition.
Like Billy Slater's won a series already. He's now 1-0 up in the second series, and he's like his after match speech was so impressive, and he said, "With Queenslanders, he's very respectful. I'm sure New South Wales people feel the same. But with Queenslanders, we do floods, we do droughts, we do fires, right? And when we wear that shirt, we represent all the adversity that a Queenslander goes through, and it means everything to us." And you just go like, "I'd run through a brick wall for you right now, and I'd support New South Wales."
But also,
like,
but also,
that's the kind of character leader you need.
But I just also think this. I mean, again, I know this might contradict what you were saying a little bit earlier, but the way he speaks about rugby league and his knowledge, he just seems so insightful. So that he's not going to. He knows what he's talking about. Put it that way. And I just find him immediately more sophisticated coach than Fittler. As much as we love Fittler, what a brilliant player! It just seems like, again, almost an NBA scenario. They've got Eric Spoelstra playing with a more average team, not to the degree that we think maybe the Miami Heat are playing with from an NBA perspective, but playing with a team of lesser potential, but getting
more out of them.
A hell of a lot more out of them. Yeah. And if
Is
anything...
that not the definition of being a good coach?
100%.
Squeezing that 100% out of your players, right?
But it's also, again, like we say about modern day sport or modern day footballers in any sense of the word, is where's the effort? Surely you've got to be going in full pelt.
I don't think the New South Wales lacked in effort, right? But it's desperation in defence, right? Yeah. Desperation. Yeah. Right, and like I said, there was 2 amazing try savers from Queensland, try savers for New South Wales. Every time they were even down the field, they scored, and that's not conducive of success. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to let yourself down.
New South Wales only got the try they scored in the second half was lucky to a degree.
Yeah, I thought it was a knock-on, to be honest, but they got away with it. But to be fair, they got robbed. I think the Frizzell one was a try.
Yeah. So what are we thinking? I mean, is it too early? Should we leave it for another week to say about game 2?
No, I'm quite happy to give my opinions.
This is in the Suncorp. This is in the Lions' Den.
Nathan Cleary's injured, so you're losing your best player that throws you around the park. He's gone, which means they might go to major changes and drop Luai as well. They might go for a completely different 6 and 7 combo. I'm not sure if they do. I'd probably stick with Luai and I'd put in Nico Hines, but there's talk of bringing in Reynolds from Broncos, talk of bringing in Cody Walker from the Rabbits because they used to play together, and maybe bringing back, what's his name, Cook in the 9 and having that Old Souths kind of combo, which I'm not against, but I just think up in Brisbane with the series on the line, 50,000 Queenslanders shouting at you, and they're coming off the back of the win, I can't see them not winning. I just can't see it. Can't see New South Wales.
But what about, I mean, not knowing it, then seeing Cook come out of nowhere and play, and he was an absolute stud in his first few Origin games, and he's a great player.
They made a serious mistake by only playing at 1-9.
Yeah, it might be a good...
had a really good game, to be fair, right? But the combo that Queensland have had over the last few years of bringing on Grant or Hunt and swapping them, keeping them fresh, it's been really hard to deal with, right? And the Coruscant/Cook thing, I think, works. Again, Fittler's an idiot, but he says it doesn't work, so we'll play Coruscant for 80 minutes in the hardest possible position, right?
Especially if you want a sniper, I mean, Cook, you got to keep defenders around the ruck. You got to keep defenders around the ruck.
They're going to be lightning.
You got to keep defenders around the ruck. It means that it tightens up the defence, and then if he does draw defenders or give it, or just gives it, he's still acquiring.
Origin is won and lost by the forwards, and again that goes back to who cares the most. Queenslanders bled, like they went bananas in the forwards, right? They just tried their ass off, and they just care more. And anyway, we'll move on to game 2. And I said I think Queensland will win that, but let's do Postradamus. Let's do Puigstradamus.
Well, I'll just for Bluey's and Shuey's sake, I'll go with Souths in the second. South Bluey's. Sorry, it's the beer talking. I'll go for the Blues in the second
Origin game.
Second Origin game.
Yeah. Right. So this week, ladies and gentlemen, we have. Do we have a full card? Do we have any? No, we got one bye. Yeah, full card. So the Cowboys, they're off this week. So we'll start off Thursday night. We have Titans versus the Tigers.
This is the Puigdamus segment. So
this is where you predict the future, and it always happens.
Lock and load for the Puigdamus segment.
Titans,
Tigers. I'm going to go Titans.
Cool. Raiders, Warriors.
Raiders Warriors. Where is that?
It's in Canberra, and it's
Canberra.
300 game for their sacred son. So they'll be wanting to win that more than anyone. But it doesn't mean they will.
I'm going to go for the.
Coca.
I feel like there's something happening at the Warriors, so I'm going to go with the Warriors.
Okay. Bit of an outsider, but that's okay. Sea Eagles versus the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Nice.
This is probably a big mistake, but I'm going to go Dolphins.
Dragons versus the Rabbitohs.
Dragons, Rabbitohs. That should only go one way. The Rabbitohs.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Broncos versus the Knights. Mighty Knighties.
Broncos or the Knights? I don't like the Knights, so I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Well, top of the table, Broncos. So yeah, that's very smart of you. But you picked them basically just 'cause you don't like the Knights.
Not seen the table for a while, but
And then the Booster Juicer Roosters versus the Panthers.
I'm going to have to go for the Panthers, mate. I mean, all I've seen from our boys is garbage.
Yeah, they're rubbish. And the late kickoff on the Sunday night, Storm versus the Sharks.
Where?
Oh, there's more. It's a Monday game as well. Storm versus the Sharks in Melbourne, Amy Park.
Storm.
Yep. And then Bulldogs versus the Eels on Bank Holiday Monday, the King's birthday.
Bulldogs first?
Bulldogs versus the Eels.
Eels, Bulldogs versus Eels. I'll go with the Eels.
Nice.
And that's the King's birthday.
That's the King's birthday Monday, Bank Holiday.
You heard it, Pucha Radamus. I never miss a bet.
He's never got it wrong.
I've never got it wrong. You heard it here first. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time from Poochie and
G-Mac.